You are working towards getting your Maryland real estate license, either as a salesperson or you're going to be upgrading to become a broker or associate broker. Or maybe you already have your license and you're just reviewing what it is that you need in order to keep that Maryland real estate license. We're going to review the continuing education. We start off with your license is good for 2 years. If you get your license today, as of this recording, September the 3rd, 2025, your license is good till September 3rd, 2027. So in Maryland, whenever you get your license, 2 years is how long your license cycle lasts. And before you get to renew your real estate license, if that's what you would like, then there are a couple of things that you would need to do. And that's what we're going to talk about today, which is the continuing education. We are allocated 15 hours minimum that we need to complete during this 2 year licensing cycle. You can always take more than 15 hours. A question sometimes I receive is, can it roll over any of the time extra that I might have taken within the 2 year licensing cycle? The answer is no. 15 hours is the minimum hours required. We're going to go through the detailed breakdown of the mandatory topics. For all of us, we need now to complete the required courses, 15 hours minimum, 30 days before the license expires. My example presented earlier, if you get your license today, September the 3rd, 2025, then 30 days before your license expires, which shall be August the 3rd, 2027, you need to have completed your continuing education classes. Let's start off with speaking to that person who's getting their license today. Anyone licensed after October 1st, 2023, there's certain hours that this individual is supposed to take. As a review, it is still 15 hours minimum. We need to complete that minimum required 15 hours within that 2 year cycle, 30 days before the license expires. So, what are these classes? There are 6 mandatory topics. 3 hours on the topic of contracts, assigned the letter J. 3 hours on the topic of brokerage relationship. That one was recently changed. The law is in effect October 1st, 2025. It's going to have the category or topic letter H for Harry. This is where we're going to talk about agency, that is the relationship created between the broker and the client. The next topic is Principles of Real Estate, 3 hours, category L for Larry. In that 3 hours, we go through advertising guideline, the topic of the deposit or earnest money deposit or trust money, and then review condos, HOAs, timeshares, rules, and what we need to know. The last course that is 3 hours is property management, category M for management. Here we're just going through landlord and tenant laws that we need to be aware of, as some of us, when we start in this particular career, we might start off working with landlords and tenants, or we're getting into the business for investment where we shall be a landlord in the future. So that's what that topic covers. The last two, professionalism, an hour and a half, category N for Nancy, is reviewing a little bit about code of ethics as well. The last topic is an hour and a half on the topic of real estate financing, category O. If you add all of this up, this is 15 hours that anyone who got or gets their license after October 1st, 2023 will need to complete within the 2-year cycle, 30 days prior to the license expiration. The next topic is going to cover for someone like me who got their license back in June of 2004, and the individual that got their license before October 1st, 2023, then the classes are going to look a little bit different. Here, whatever we're reviewing is applicable to that individual who got their license before October 1st, 2023, and also that person who, let's say, gets their license today, September the 3rd, 2025, by September 3rd, 2027, they'll be looking towards renewing their license, and then they'll start their next cycle. So your second cycle and thereafter, for anyone who got their license after October 1st, 2023, then these are the classes you're also going to pay attention to. Legal updates, category A, 3 hours. Fair housing, category C for Charlie, is now 2 hours. Code of ethics, 3 hours, category D. Brokerage relationship and disclosures, Brad, category H, 3 hours. So there are 4 mandatory topics for this individual that has the salesperson or associate broker license that once again got their license before October 1st, 2023. And also, these are the topics that after your first initial renewal, the second one and thereafter, these are the topics you're going to be taking. To complete the minimum 15 hours required, there are 4 hours of elective topics. These topics that you're going to be selecting still need to be approved by the Real Estate Commission. You can get a list of all the school providers on their website. Now let's assume you've been licensed for a minimum of 3 years and now you want to upgrade your responsibilities and become a broker, or you want to become a team leader, or you're now assigned to manage an office and you're an office branch manager. Anyone who's supervising others, then you will notice there's an extra course known as supervision. It is now an hour and a half, category I. The minimum 15 hours, the rest of the time is broken down into legal updates, category A, 3 hours, fair housing, 2 hours, category C, code of ethics, category D for dog, 3 hours, brokerage relationship and disclosures, Brad, category H for Harry, 3 hours. For this individual that is a broker, team leader, office manager, or branch manager title, supervising others, there are 5 mandatory topics. What is left over is an elective, and this elective minimum hours is 2.5. To echo, the topic or topics still need to be approved by the Real Estate Commission to count as continuing education. Thank you so much for watching or listening so far. Everything that we have discussed is covered under the topic of licensing requirements if you're working towards passing that Maryland real estate exam. It produces 4 questions on the salesperson exam and 8 questions for that person who's going to either eventually become a broker or want to stay as an associate broker. We do have a video that talks about how to become a broker on our YouTube channel. The topics that are presented, or the subtopics that are presented under this topic of licensing requirements on the licensing exam, are activities requiring a license, change in license status, license renewals. We've covered that a little bit here. And today, the highlight of this video was continuing education requirements. And the other three topics cover partnerships and corporations, place of business, percentage of ownership for business. We wish you all the success. Reach out if you have any questions. trainingwithbrenda.com/ask.